Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Scarred for Life by the Australian legendary bad boys Rose Tattoo. Now the original recording has two distinct guitar parts, the chords and riffs that we're going to be checking out today, and some incredible slide guitar playing by the legend Pete Wells. Now we're not going to be checking out the slide guitar parts today, but if you want to get into it, go and check out the Open G tuning lesson on my website and the slide basics lesson. You'll find that all of the chords in this song are major chords, so it's really just a matter initially of just putting the slide in the right fret to kind of get going. If you want to get any deeper into the slide than that, you'll have to dig out your ears and see if you can figure it out. But what we're going to be looking at today is the main riff and this little thing, this picked finger style, the way he's kind of strumming and picking out some notes from the chords there in the verse. A very, very cool trick. And we got a little build into the chorus as well. So let's get to a close-up and check out how to play it. Fantastic riff. This is very, very cool indeed. So we're starting off with an open E power chord, so just the thicker string open, first finger playing the second fret of the fifth string and the fourth string. Make sure you lift that first finger up a bit so the thinner strings are nice and muted. So you just get the power chord, and if you accidentally hit those strings, they shouldn't be ringing out. Okay, so we got two hits on that. And then we're going to a B bar chord, okay? So first finger now moves up just a tiny bit, mutes the thicker string, plays the second fret of the fifth string, and third finger is going to go down and bar strings 4, 3, and 2, and lift up to mute the thinner string. We don't want to hear that thinner string at this point, okay? So E, B, D, but D again without the thinner string. So first finger in the second fret of the third string, third finger in the third fret of the second string, and we're going to play the open fourth string as well. But again, thinner string should be muted. You'll probably find your third finger mute anyway. So we're going to play that D twice. Then we go to an A. Now the next thing we've got, it's actually called an A6 sus4, but it's used a lot by anyone that uses open G tuning, particularly the Rolling Stones. So just starting off with an A chord there, we put down second finger in the third fret of the second string and third finger in the fourth fret of the fourth string. Okay, we're going to keep the open A string there, so nothing on the thicker string, then be open, fourth, second, third. Thinner strings not played. Okay, you could call it a D with an A bass, but more commonly it's kind of an A6 sus4 would be the name. You can just think of it as a little riff though. Okay, so check out how that works now from the beginning. We've got E, B, D, D, A. Okay, so we're just doing here from the A. Okay, so we put it on, play, off, on, and then we're back to the E. Okay, now the big deal here is making sure that you get the rhythm nice and tight. So I'm going to give you a little count along now. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Okay, now there's a little bit of muting that gets going on here with this hand as well. We're using all down picks, but you want to make sure that you're in control of how long the chords ring out for. There's a couple of ways of doing that. First of all is using the outside part of the picking hand to mute the strings, but do realize on the B as well that just relaxing the chord, by just releasing the fingers on the fretting hand, I'm not doing any muting now with the picking hand, okay, and the chord can stop. So it's a combination of whatever things really work well for you would be what I'd recommend. But see the way the first chord, here, B, and then it gets a bit more staccato. Okay, so I'm just playing the chord, relaxing it, playing, relaxing. D, A. Now here, there's definitely a mute, so mute. Okay, it's really important that you get used to this, the picking hand being able to kind of bounce on to mute stuff. Let me play the whole riff again now, a few times through, nice and slowly. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that's the way to play it, but a nice little variation you might want to try is playing the D chord at the 5th fret, okay, keeping the kind of same shape there as the B. Because if you let yourself slide up a little bit, you end up getting a little bit of that kind of slide effect as if Pete Wells was playing in your band. So you get something like this. Okay, so it doesn't really matter whether you want to play the D up there using the same shape as the B, or you want to change to the open one, whatever one feels most comfortable for you. Okay, do note that the very last time you play that riff when you're going into a verse, that you're not going to put that little E on beats 3 and 4 right at the end. So we'd have... So I just stayed on the A. And also what you want to do is when you first hit that G, is back your volume down a little bit, okay? This is a cool thing on Strats, it's nice and nearby, you can just turn the volume down a little bit. What that does is clean the sound up a bit. If I just do a little bit here. It's kind of a little bit too distorted, whereas if you back your volume up a bit, okay, it's straight away you can hear a lot more kind of clarity of the guitar part. So that's almost certainly what's going on the record there, on the rhythm part. And I'm kind of showing you this idea of it's a mixture really of what's going on the original recording to give the idea of the slide part, because the slide's playing some single notes or picking out notes from the chords. So really nice way of doing that is to pick out the notes with the pick as if you're strumming, okay? First of all, let's start off with the chords. So the chords for the verses, it's starting on a G. I grew up fast on a D chord, class street, to an A. First thing I learned was life don't come cheap, to G. Technical school, it was a D chord time, to A. Making robots for some factory line. That's it, okay? But really nice way of playing it is to think that you're strumming, but to start picking out individual notes. You don't even have to pick them out all the time. So you have something like this. I grew up fast on a working class street. First thing I learned was life don't come cheap. Technical school, it was a waste of time. Making robots for some factory line. You can see I'm kind of strumming a chord on the first beat. But then I'm just kind of sometimes strumming The big deal here is this. It's keeping the hand moving. So even if you're not playing all the time, you just let your hand fall down and pick a few notes out of the chord. I tend to use the A little mini bar here rather than the old kind of beginnery version like this. So you can do that if you want. I think definitely the G chord, it sounds for me a little bit more like the kind of rock G, okay? You might have noticed there that my first finger was coming off, and I very often, if I'm playing a rock G, I don't like this note. It makes the sound too muddy. I like the sound of that better, so you might want to try that as well. Regular rock G, lift off first finger. Okay, and just see how it feels if you keep that hand moving. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2. Just experiment a little bit, see if you can keep that strumming motion. Putting a strum on beat 1 and picking out some notes from the others. Don't forget about these chord variations as well. So G, there's not too much you can do, but on the D, okay, you can always add little finger or lift off second finger to get D sus4 and D sus2. On the A, adding third finger there, or little finger, whatever finger you feel like really, in the third fret of the second string. Then it's going to a G for the pre-chorus for 2 bars, then the A for 2 bars, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and then we're into the main riff again. So something to be aware of all the time is that backing your volume off for going into the verses, and if you want it to crank the distortion right up again, at some point on the little build where it's going in the G, you've been scarred. Just sneak over there and crank that volume back up again during the build, because it really wants to have a element of kind of lifting up there from the my mom says I'm ringing, you're scarred for life, she said you're scarred, trying to build a scar. I think Rose Tattoo are an amazing band. Really, really love it. So the only other part there in the song is the bridge. Pretty much the same stuff really going on, it just melody changes a little bit. It's got the G, fork, tooth and D, every A chord of the way. I got G to D to A chord. G, I was in love for keeps this time. The rock and roll was still on my mind. She was young and true and so full of life. Right deep, I was scarred for life, yeah, I was scarred. Now it's different this time. I was E, I was G, I was A. So just for the bridge there, it's like an extended kind of a verse, and just note there in the pre-chorus that it's going from a G to an E, back to a G, and then to an A for the build, and then into the chorus. Well, that should be enough to get you going on this song. Of course, it's really important that you give the original recording a bunch of listens to figure out the arrangement, okay? You've got the pieces, you just got to put them in the right order there. Definitely, if you're getting into slide guitar, you want to check out some of Pete Wells' stuff. Incredible slide guitar player. There's some good playing on this, but as well, you want to check out like Butcher and Fast Eddie, some killer slide playing on that. Loads of great Rose Tattoo songs with Bad Boy for Love and all of that stuff. It's just great, real kind of gritty rock and roll. They're probably pretty nasty looking dudes, you know, but incredible music and really powerful, and definitely worth checking out and trying to work out on your own as well. It's good stuff for working out on your own. There's nothing too fancy going on. It's just proper rock and roll, you know. So hope this inspires you to go and check out some more Rose Tattoo if you're not familiar with them, and those that are, I hope you enjoy playing this song and get into playing some more songs on your own as well. So I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. Do remember to go and check out the website if you get stuck on anything, and subscribe to my channel if you dig what I do. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.